Lee, it's another promising performance, but I heard you just say to the girls there, we sort of shot ourselves in the foot with the timing of the goals that we conceded.
Yeah, I think so. I think the third one really gives us an uphill battle. We weren't the best first half. They were certainly sort of the better side. We managed to get ourselves and keep ourselves in the game with the goal, so that was pleasing. And I think you can build on that, build on the 2-1, try to go forward. Then within a minute we're 3-1 down, and again you're chasing 2 goals against a side of the quality of Sheffield who don't concede goals. It's always going to be hard to do, but getting ourselves back into the game, 3-2 is excellent. But the last goal is right at the depth with 10 players. It's disappointing because we know how important goal difference could be, but it's that third goal really that caused us the problems.
There was a big moment in the first half where we won't go too depth into a referee's performance, but it could have been the away team down to 10 players. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, especially as you see, our player gets booked for the same sort of challenge. The difference is our one's in the 90th minute, their one's in the first half. So, that's by the by. So you don't want players getting sent off, but at that point, I think it's 2-0, and we could have. We could do with any help we can get at the moment with regards to, to decisions flowing our way. So we're not getting them. I don't know about the penalty in the first half. It might not have been. I haven't seen it back yet. But we're not getting that bit of luck, and other teams are. So.
G. Roberts' red card right at the end is a difficult one going into. For getting the game into next week. A key player suspended for the big trip to Palace.
Yes. You could kind of feel the red card coming from, not necessarily from her, but someone, because I think that the referee was quite comfortable to produce a booking, and I have to look back. I did think about taking her off, but she's so important to us, and dealt with herself quite well up until that point, But I think he's given a foul against her down here, which wasn't. So I think he was already in her mind. And it's a second booking. It looked like a red card. So I'm not arguing that. It's more disappointing to say when you lose in the 90th minute, a player to a red card is you're thinking about the Crystal Palace game and the games going forward. She's a big player for us, but we've got a big squad. It's down to players to step up.
It's about responding, I guess, next week, and Palace is one of those games we're almost desperate to win because they're a side that we haven't managed to beat since you took over. But with the momentum we're sort of building in performances, you'd hope that maybe it will come to the forefront in a big London derby next week. Yeah,
it has to, and we have to treat it like a derby, and that's going to be important. I've got to get my team selection right. I've got to, and as a staff, we've got to get things right. It's going to be tough to pick a team. There were some good individual performances today. There was some that were off for different reasons. Some of the players that come into the game did well, some didn't. So I've got to look at it all round. It's going to be a tough team selection. We've got a good squad here now, which makes it hard. And we know what type of game it's going to be against Crystal Palace. And we need, we're a couple of wins away from where we want to be. So we look at that game and think that the tide has to turn. But to be fair to Palace, they've had our number so far. So as long as we've learnt from that, and we've learnt from today, and we've learnt from every game, we'll be fine. We will be fine.
Looking at the big positive, you called for it pre-match that we were more of an attacking threat in these kind of games, and you want to see us on the score sheet. 2 goals against a good Sheffield United side. That must be the pleasing aspect of this afternoon.
100%. I think they've got like 8 clean sheets in the last 13 games. So we to score 2 goals against Sheffield is tough. Not many sides have done that this season. So yeah, for us that was a big thing to keep building on the performances, keep being more of an attacking threat. We were certainly more attacking today against them than what we were in the away game, where I don't think we had a shot on target. So that was good today.
I thought Sophie Quirk's performance was outstanding this afternoon. She had the fullback's number, hence why she was subbed off early in the second half. She's going to be a big player for us.
Yeah, and she's a young kid. She's going to learn. She's going to take a lot of experience from today as well. So she's got a good future. We're enjoying working with Quirky. She's done well. It's good for Mia to get on and add to her experiences. So look, we've got a lot of young players here, and they've got to learn very quickly about this level if they're going to have the impact in the games that we want. And she did that today. We're pleased with Sophie. Trisha Gould was another one on the other side that got her first start today in the league, and I thought she was excellent. Really done really well.
Just lastly, you've sort of mentioned it since the turn of the year. You want to see us improve in every reverse fixture that we've played, and so far maybe the results haven't matched, but certainly we've ran Sheffield United a lot closer than we did up at their place. The Durham game was another tight one. In sense of development, are you pleased with where we're going?
Yeah, 100%. Like we are, development-wise is massively there. The problem is we're not a development team. We're not playing development football, and we need those results. You're right, but what we said is we lost 4-0 away at Sheffield, so losing 4-2 today. Well, I was conceded 4 goals with the 2 the other side. Goal difference is going to be massive, and it does change things. Sheffield have the ability to go and put a lot of goals past teams. So yes, we can take that as a small tick in the box that we have done better than the previous result. We want to start getting points on the board in a better way, so they're the bigger ticks that we need. But small ticks, small developments, as long as when we come into these games where we feel they're more winnable and we feel that we've got the opportunity to really get in front and cause teams problems, that we take all the learning and all the development that we're doing, and that has to come to the forefront in a game, individually and collectively. And when it does, I think there could be a team that not only is going to get beat by us, but get beat comfortably. I think that performance is coming with us.